It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. My Stream Deck is going a little bit haywire right now. But yeah, our Corgi decided to come in here and join us prior to the show starting. So we said, hey, we'll give the intro like 30 seconds and a minute to breathe so she can just hang out with us. I had one of her hairs in my mouth. She's very cute, though. She is regressing in her potty training lately, so we've had to take into walking her outside to where she needs to go to the bathroom in the last like 4 or 5 days. So we're getting used to it again. So she's getting lots of praise again. So she's like, please hold me. I want cuddles now. Her name is Anya, if you've never joined us before, and she's a good doggle.
Okay, ready?
I think so.
Say goodbye.
Hi, doggle. Snubbed. Snubbed.
Say goodbye.
Are you talking to her? You want her to talk to the microphone? All right, let's do this thing. Get centered and then give everyone the normal beginning to one of our shows.
Her ears are so loud. Okay.
Well, I got to center Robin's camera because we didn't do a screen test properly beforehand. Could you vamp, please? Could you act like we've done this 200 times before?
I was like watching what you were doing. There are new peeps. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know why. I was just asking Adam because we have a couple new follows from last week, and now we have follows today. So hello, welcome everybody who's new. Today's stream is a little bit of a shit show so far, maybe just a little bit. But welcome all the new folks, all the new peeps to the Spooky fam. Hi there, Spooky friends, and welcome to an episode of Storytime podcast. I'm Robin Grace. This is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And I have a dog hair in my mouth. And we're here to read some homegrown horrors that have been sent to us from our spooky friends.
Indeed. Robin is like completely discombobulated. It's like she doesn't even remember how we do the intro normally. This is your camera, by the way. This one.
Oh, cool.
So usually she asks me, what are homegrown horrors? So I'm just going to go ahead and dive into that part. A homegrown horror is a story that has been sent to us by our wonderful listeners, also known as the Spooky Friends, that is a different variety of things. It could be supernatural, spiritual, coincidental, true crime, or extraterrestrial in nature. And that's the kind of stories you're going to be hearing over the next 4 stories we're about to read. If you have a story that you would like to share with us, we would love to hear it. Feel free to email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com. Click on Contact Us, fill out that form, and it does come directly to us. Or hit us up on the social medias. I think I already did that. I can't remember. Twitter is @ScarishPod. Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. However you want to reach out to us, we would love to hear it. And that's what these 4 folks that we're going to be reading today did. So I don't know who's going to go first. We have 2 long ones. So 2 like medium ones and 2 long ones. So it might be a little bit of a longer story time, but we'll see how that goes. So I think I'll just go ahead and read the first one if you're cool with that.
Okay. For this, you might want to. For this one, I'm not sure. Annette sent an email.
I already checked.
You checked?
Yep.
So you verified.
Checked that a long time ago, Robin.
So
Thanks for just catching up.
So you verified which email she was talking about.
Yep.
Okay,
it was
cool.
the one that she sent right
sure.
before the email that you're referencing.
Okay. Cool.
The person who sent this one also sent one more recently and then sent us an email saying, hey, I've sent you guys that one before. Please don't read it. This is one that was sent on February 22nd. Robin's referencing one that we shouldn't read, which was sent in like May. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it and take it out. Welcome to the production side of things. All right. So this first one is from Annette, and it says in the subject line, from Annette, okay to read. Nice. I like it. It's because I think this was sent on Instagram, and then I wound up sending it from my personal account over to our email so that we could like have it in like the proper format.
Yeah, that is what we do. If you guys send anything to us through Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or things like that, we'll just send it to ourselves because it's easier for us to keep track of what we've read and received and things like that.
Indeed. It starts out like this. Here's one of my stories for you, and I'm writing this from work while my last sample is being analyzed. Feel free to share on the podcast. My mom and I had taken a trip to Ethiopia where she was born and raised so I could see my history and my roots.
That's cool.
Ethiopia was one of the... Excuse me. One sec. More dog hair in my throat. That was unpleasant. All right. Take 2. Marking it. I think I might have already marked it. We're doing it again. Ethiopia was one of the stops we had on this journey. We began in Germany and Poland. Side note, this was also to see family there, and Poland has a story of its own too. And we were supposed to go to Italy after Ethiopia before returning to Germany to fly back to the US. That's a lot of traveling. I say supposed to go to Italy, as that leg of our journey got canceled, and this is where things get strange and become stranger. As I've looked through my journal I kept of the trip, things I had recorded down and tracked even after returning home. Hang on. I have to reread that. There's
That's
a lot of
run-on
lot of
sentence.
commas that Spooky Mom missed.
Yeah.
All right. I say supposed to go to Italy, as that leg of our journey got canceled. This is where things get strange and become stranger. As I've looked through my journal... As I've looked through my journal I kept of the trip, things I had recorded down and tracked even after returning home. It just seems incomplete, right? It seems like there's something missing off that sentence.
Okay. So, I say supposed to go to Italy as that leg of our journey got canceled, and this is where things get strange and become stranger. As I've looked through my journal I kept of the trip, and then has that dash. It should have that dash. Things I had recorded down and tracked even after returning home.
See, still that seems incomplete. Like the subject of that sentence, like as I've looked through my journal I kept of the trip, things I had recorded down and tracked. Like that is a definition of the first part of the sentence. Feels like there's a second part of the sentence that never comes.
So the things at the end are, it's like the sentence ends at becomes stranger.
Right.
And
that's
then
why I started the next
become
sentence
stranger.
that I've looked through my journal.
But so this is not another sentence. It's like maybe a semicolon, as I've looked through my journal and I kept of the trip, and then it defines the things that they kept of the trip.
Okay.
Welcome
Again, it seems like there's a subject missing, but I'm just going to go ahead and move forward on the story. Marking it. As I said, our Italy portion of our journey was canceled. This most likely saved our lives, no joke. We ended up returning to Germany an entire week earlier than originally planned, which also meant our flight was rescheduled for an earlier one. Had this not happened, my mom and I would have been on a plane that was hijacked. Holy shit. This flight ended up going down in the Indian Ocean between Africa and Australia. We had heard all the reports. We followed the news on this. I even journaled it. Now for the twist. That wasn't enough of a twist. Oh my god. Now for the twist. Looking back at all the reports outside of our original flight itinerary, my journaling, my family following the news reports, everything I've been looking up states that this hijacking and plane crash happened 9 months after all of our documentation and accounts. My mom and I have even recently gone very carefully over all the details, and we can't explain how the dates are 9 months after what our documents have, including my journal, and that had even been turned into my teachers as part of my school assignment as the trip occurred during the school year. My mom and I had even considered that maybe the difference in the date may have been from Ethiopia being on a different calendar system than the rest of the globe, but the math still doesn't add up.
I didn't realize Ethiopia was on a different calendar system.
I didn't either.
Interesting.
So there's my and my family. Sorry. There's my and my family's major experience with the Mandela effect. Am I feeling like there's some kind of strange time-space fracture that still leaves me perplexed? Annette, aka I am Beef Trainer. That's really fucking creepy. Like, I've had stuff like that happen, but nothing that notable where it was completely like life-changing or possibly, you know, life-ending. I've had stuff where it's like, I swear that this happened at a completely different time in a different time and space. My dad said stuff like that happened to me before. We got like super upset. He's like, I know we went and did this thing together. And I'm like,
but then you
no.
look up dates and it didn't happen.
Well, like he went, like the best one I can say is he got super pissed off because he insisted that we had seen a movie together. And I was like, I've never seen that movie. And he's like, no, we all went as a family and saw it. And then he's like, I can tell you exactly how that movie goes. And then he went over the entire movie and said, like, it does this, 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 and this. And I'm like, I've never seen that movie, but he knew it somehow. And that was like so long ago. It was crazy.
I have experienced something similar to your story with your dad feeling like he definitely has seen this, because I swear I've seen something on TV before where it's like a skit or a TV show that had something in it where it showed you the origins of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. And it was like, Dr. Evil ran like a bookstore and stuff like that. There was something about Curious George in there. It was like a whole bunch of stuff. He like falls in love with a girl, and the reason why he like does that thing with his pinky is because he was eating ice cream with her on a bench, and he had it on his he got some on his mouth, and that's how he like cleaned it up or something like that. I swear I've seen it before, and I can't find any record of it ever existing.
Yeah, this sounds like it was a dream. Like
no.
You watched this in a dream.
And no, and I've seen it.
I mean,
on
in
TV.
Austin Powers 3, don't they go over his origins as an evil person?
But this was not like the official movie origin.
So you're watching fanfic on Dr.
I don't know.
Evil.
It was on TV. I swear to God, I've seen it, but I can't find anything about it. Glitch says he remembers it.
We'll have to do some internet searching because clearly it's got to be out there. If it exists, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, because it's like he runs this bookstore. Number 2 is there. Like, there's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Number 2 there?
I don't know, man, but I remember it existed. But maybe it's, you know what I mean? Why is it not?
Mandela Effect stuff is definitely very weird. It's one of our more controversial episodes because we had a lot of people reach out like, no, you're wrong. I think I have the alternate dimension memories. And it's like, or you remembered it wrong. And I still insist to my dad, like, you're remembering things wrong. Like, he watched that movie on cable. We never went and saw it as a family. You're getting it mixed up with a different movie. So sometimes that happens, though, man. And it's really creepy. But Annette, thank you so much for sending that first one in. We appreciate it. All right, marking it. I'm going to flip my camera so that when I look this way, it looks like I'm looking at Robin. Like, full disclosure, everything got tested for the stream. And then right before we went live, the camera stopped working. So I had to completely rebuild the scene out with like 2 minutes left. Otherwise, we would have been live at 2:25 instead of like 2:32. So I will let Robin just read some of the stuff that came in.
All right.
I need the mouse, so please don't.
Lots of people wishing Adam happy birthday today. His birthday is today. He's now 38.
I'm 38, y'all.
Nice. Anyway, yeah, it's his birthday. We're doing some stuff. I had a very late start to the day. I woke up super late. I don't know why I was so exhausted today. I normally don't sleep in that late. I sleep in on the weekends, not that late. Adam was up early setting up the stream already and everything. And I'm
off
chilling
today, but I kind of had to work today too. So
really, you had to work this morning?
Yeah, because they decided they're going to push this update for my game. It was supposed to go out on Monday next week, and I took time off because I was like, this will be perfect if I do it now. And I took the time off, and then, of course, they changed the date to the 10th. And I was like, that's the first day, or the last day I work, so hopefully everything wraps up nicely. And then they didn't push it yesterday. They wound up pushing it today. So, yeah, fun stuff. Weird things happen when you work for a gaming company where they just miss dates. They decide to move them forward, and then they miss them, and then all of a sudden it's in the middle of your vacation.
Nice.
So anyways, thank you Paradoxical over on YouTube for saying happy birthday. I appreciate that. Nice to have some folks over there on YouTube still.
Yeah. Sometimes Adam's like, why do I stream to all these things if no one ever watches them? But
that was mainly Facebook.
Is your camera cool like that, where it's like has that little edge on the side?
That is stuff they can't see.
Okay, cool.
I like that Robin is starting to get involved with the production of the show on Storytime episode 198. Just want to say thank you. Let me actually just read some of these folks that said happy birthday so I can thank you guys individually. All right.
Squidward's Poppy. Happy birthday to my mom and dad.
That's funny. Anyways, Faye was the first person in either channel, so that's a fun time. Squidward's Poppy did say happy birthday to my mom and Adam, not my mom and dad. I don't know why you read it that way.
I don't know. I saw mom and dad.
Snark here says hi, y'all. Chunk says I miss y'all. Lizardry says happy birthday along with Doe Papa and the Snark and Eve over on YouTube.
I like
and
it when
Faye.
you call me Doe Papa.
Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. That's weird. Chunk says, yo, talking about Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday.
It's Throwback Thursday. Is that a thing? Throwback Thursday? I don't know.
I know Woman Crush Wednesday. That's about the only thing I know. I remember Thirsty Thursdays and Thirsty Tuesdays and Thirsty Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays when I used to drink a lot. Anyways, 911 Girl says, have the happiest of birthdays, Adam. Thank you. I will try.
Faye says they're going to Conveyor Belt Sushi later today.
That does sound awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Gay Elves says, finally here. Happy birthday, Adam. Thank you so much.
I'm Stringer says, at work, just dropping in long enough to say happy birthday, Adam.
Thank you. And thank you for the story. Lizard says, are you going for your birthday to Faye? Because Faye's birthday was actually the 8th, I believe. So happy birthday to Faye.
Happy birthday.
I want to go ahead and read some of the redemptions and stuff like that. So we got some follows while we were off the air.
Froggy Crows. I like that name.
Froggy Crows followed us 8 days ago. Chanel
Arts?
It could be Chanel A Arts or Chanel Arts or Chanela Arts. Followed us 6 days ago. I'll let you read that one.
Erised? Like the mirror of Erised?
That's what I figured it was. But just in case, Erised 4 days ago, and oh my god, did I leave? Followed us 2 hours ago. Also, shout out to Chunks who resubscribed with their Prime subscription for the 23rd month. Said happy birthday, Adam. Thank you so much. I would also like to remind everyone that if you have an Amazon Prime account, link Twitch to it. It's not hard to do, and then you get 1 free subscription on Twitch a month, which is $5 you can take from Jeff Bezos and give it to us. If you have one that's active right now that you can use, please use it on us. It'll really help us out. Liz Tree resubscribed for the 24th month, said 2 years. Woo.
I can't believe we've been doing this for so long.
Glitch resubscribed for the 39th month and said 39. Let's go. Happy B-Day, Adam. Thank you so much. The Snark resubscribed for the 39th month as well. Xena Knight resubscribed for the 11th month and said, wow, 11 months already. Love you guys.
So
Thank
much.
you. We love you too. Gay Elves followed us during the stream, and XX Nem followed us 15 minutes ago.
Right?
I do know Uwu.
Okay.
All right. And Captain Fig, I redeemed a high five. Ow.
You can't see it. It's in the middle of the ether.
She's so violent. Enzo Matrix also resubscribed for the 19th month and said, hello, Spooky fam. What up? Thank you for joining us, Enzo Matrix.
Right. Let's see. Faye says, went for a flower hike yesterday. Had a fancy dinner. Nice. Sounds good. A lot of people excited over the puppy. A lot of welcomes to the new folks. We do have a bunch of new folks. It's great. I know we haven't started reading the stories yet. Wait, we have. We've read one.
Already read one.
Okay, we'll get there. I'll read my next one soon. But yeah, welcome all the new people. Let's see. Let me scroll down.
I'm doing something. Stop it. Stop using the mouse. Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna scroll down. Glitch was saying maybe it was an SNL skit or like a Mad TV skit or something like that. But I swear there was a lot of it was like a good quality video type thing on TV. I don't know. Chunkster says, digging your new haircut. He hates it, but I like it.
I did not want this haircut, but at some point it's starting to work now because I just wanted to go in there and I do the side part and I was like, hey, can you blend it so it's short in the back and it matches my beard and then just blends into the length on the top so I can keep it kind of long? And she was like, fuck your shit right up. Got you, fam. And she just fucking took a 3 to the sides of my head all the way up and then spiked it. She styled my hair straight fucking up. She wet it all the way. She combed it straight up and blow dried it the whole time. And then when she was done, she put product in it. And so I left and I was just I don't want to fucking look like this.
Hi, Sherry Sue. Welcome.
Thank you for joining us, Sherry Sue.
She says she's having a rough few weeks. Hopefully things get better. Name Uwu says, this is me and my mom. She doesn't believe we ate at Jimmy John's, but we did. What? You've eaten at Jimmy John's. Everyone's eaten at Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is everywhere.
Most people have, yeah.
Captain Fake Eye says, I've just been working and sleeping. Why didn't people tell me that the second trimester is still exhausting?
Oh, no.
Man,
if only there was someone who was like a baby doctor who could have advised you about that.
Enzo says, aren't you a professionally schooled and trained person in this field?
Also, shout out to Carly, who just resubscribed for the 17th month. Thank you so much.
Enzo says, happy birthday. Sherry says, happy birthday.
Thank
happy
you.
birthday, babe. Let's see. Scroll. Gail says, about to mark my family's calendar for Adam's birthday with no explanation.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Oh, wait, what? Why am I so... Chunkster says, dang, Robin is so savage. Why am I savage? What did I say?
I don't know. A lot of stuff comes out of your face. It's not nice sometimes.
Right.
And you just keep rolling with it.
The story is long. Okay.
This is one of the long ones.
All right. We're going to get into the second story of this episode. It's from Sarah and it's titled Dream Chasing.
Oh, snap.
So it begins. I love that song. Wasn't it in that Ladybugs movie? Do you remember? Yeah.
When he's daydreaming about the girl soccer player.
Yeah.
That kid passed away.
Yeah.
The kid from Ladybugs and It and Sidekicks. If you've never seen Sidekicks, it's a movie where it's basically the Karate Kid, but he goes to the tournament to compete and they're like, you're one person short. Your team needs 4 people. And they're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And then fucking Chuck Norris shows up. And Chuck Norris is his hero. And so they go and appeal to Chuck Norris. And they're like, can you please get on our team? And so he goes over and he talks to Barry. And Barry's just he can't believe Chuck Norris is talking to him. He's like, hey, you want to go win this thing? And then, of course, they win. So that movie's fucking awesome.
I've never...
Fight me if you don't agree.
I've never seen it, so I don't know. Anyway, it begins. Hey, lovely people. Hope you guys are all well.
Hello.
Some of us are, some of us aren't, but hopefully things get better.
Just keep going forward, y'all.
For as long as I can remember, my dreams have been super vivid to the point I have to take a minute when I wake up to remind myself that it wasn't real. This has been anything from horrifyingly scary, more than just scary-ish, or emotional, or just plain beautiful. Sleep paralysis has given me the purest of fear in the past, and although I'm fast approaching 30, I quite regularly sleep with a light on somewhere in my home. We have a nightlight as well in our bathroom because it's like the bathroom like opens up to the bedroom, and I have a haunted house.
And the light is
and it's green.
Spooky green.
So my nightlight, I guess, isn't like, there.
Standard nightlight.
But yeah, anyway. I wanted to write into you for ages, but have been trying to get through as many episodes as possible, as I only found you at the end of 22. Oh my god, welcome, brand new! When I was searching for Halloween-suitable podcasts to enjoy through October. I always try to watch a scary movie or listen to something spooky each day of October because Halloween is a way of life.
Same. I tried to pass that on to Robin when we first got together, and she hated horror movies. She's like, I don't want to watch horror movies. Now she watches horror movies to go to sleep to. It's crazy.
Yeah. My first bizarre dream / sleep paralysis experience that popped into my mind after listening to some of your episodes was about 6 years ago now. I'd fallen asleep on my back with a pillow to my left side. I was almost hugging, if I remember correctly. I'd just dealt with another shitty breakup and was substituting the empty bed space with something squishy to snuggle into.
Aww.
I've definitely been there. I've had an experience where, I broke up with someone, and then I was in my apartment by myself, and I was terrified of being by myself.
What's your go-to thing to do for self-comfort, not having to do with other people, and blasting it during a breakup?
Eating.
I
always eat. I love to eat. I love to watch movies. I don't know. It's been, over a decade.
It's been a long time since
I've had to experience that. But probably like going out to eat or like getting something that I crave or that I don't eat a lot, or something that is like going to get curry, like chinkatsu curry or something like that.
Comfort food.
Yeah.
I think my broken heart, like routine for me was always like Sour Patch Kids, High Fidelity, and uplifting music that doesn't make me think of them and doesn't make me want to lose my mind. That's typically what I used to do, but I don't know. I'm 38. We'll see what happens in the future if I ever have to go through it again and figure it out.
Anyway, I have since added a little Omen baby, Dolly, to my home because cats are clearly better than the guys from my past. Pets are always really nice to have when you're going through anything hard in your life. I know our corgi is like an emotional support animal whenever you're having a hard day, or like if you're just feeling really down, she makes you giggle. I don't know how she does it. She's just really sweet.
And as most of you who have listened to the episode last August know, called Trauma Time, our previous corgi was like that too.
Anyway, lying on my back, squishy pillow, blah blah blah. So my room was in darkness, and I woke up staring at the ceiling, unable to move. I had no idea what was happening as I lay frozen in space with what felt like a cold breeze to my left side. Which, remember, they had a pillow on their left side, so why is there a breeze, right? My eyes were darting around the room looking for a solution to my problem, of which I found none. I closed my eyes tightly, but when I reopened them, the pillow to my left had become a severed, bald head with gray, sweaty skin and dark eyes that I can only describe as demonic. I tried screaming, but nothing came out. I knew I was sort of asleep, but just couldn't get myself out of this horrifying scenario. After what felt like an hour of trying, a small noise gurgled in my throat and my body started to wake up. This developed into a shrill shriek, and I shot up in bed, throwing that damn head pillow away from my bed as fast as humanly possible. Now I'd broken from my paralysis. Even after all that fear and drama, I'd still take a demon's sweaty head over the guy I dated beforehand. That's saying something, bruh.
Seriously.
If I was like, give me the demons instead of,
I'll take the demons, stay away from me.
Jokes, not really, but my ex was an absolute tool bag. I can see
better
that.
than a tool box or a tool shed, I suppose, but still, tool bag is pretty bad.
I'd rather have a tool shed than a tool bag.
It's a huge bag of tools.
That's like a place to put all your stuff.
Okay, so it was a bag of tools. This is like a different sort of metaphor.
A tool bag is not as useful.
Okay, whatever. Let's move on.
On the other
it's bigger container of tool is the point.
Okay, got it. On the other side of my fear dreams, I've had some really beautiful dreams that I honestly chase, desperate to experience way more than I have already. When I was in my early teens, my grandpa on my dad's side passed away. I was always very close to him, as with all my grandparents. However, Grandpa Burns was just the person I could talk to about anything without judgment and would always get an honest and sensible answer. He was much the same as my dad, and I'm lucky to be super close and open with both my parents to this day. But back to the dreams. When I was at the end of high school studying, sitting exams, and applying to go to university, I was reasonably stressed and struggling a bit. I'm bad for bottling up my stress and avoiding any concerns to the point it's a little unhealthy. I think a lot of us do that, take all that stress, bottle it up inside, and then have it explode one day and attack everyone around you.
Yep. I know someone who does that.
I remember being quite closed off, not seeing any friends too much, and completely avoided discussing my applications to uni for future career plans with my family. I wasn't sleeping overly well, so one night I fell into a much-needed slumber and had an absolutely life-changing dream that might not seem like much, but it really did save me at the time. I quote-unquote woke up while in the dream into the little bedroom I used to stay in when visiting my grandparents in Glasgow. It's a Scottish word. Kirkintilloch?
Where? Hang on, let me look.
Glasgow, right? Kirkintilloch. Don't worry, a lot of Scottish people struggle to say this town too. Okay. I was sitting with my grandpa at the end of the bed, and he put his arm around me and just gave me a look like, "Go on, tell me everything." We had what felt like hours of conversation. I told him about my exams, where I wanted to move after school to study, what I was thinking about future careers, relationships, worries I had about family, my own health, etc. Just anything that had been weighing on me for the last few months. After getting some really good advice, which actually completely changed my plans at the time, he gave me a huge hug, asked after my dad, and said goodbye. I woke up with an incredible sense of relief, clarity, and what felt like a real-life plan for the first time in years. It is an experience that has stuck with me as more of a memory than a dream, as without him popping by in my sleep, I would probably still be a lost young girl trying to find her way. I'm tearing up a little bit writing this out, as it feels as if he just swings by to say hi when I need a wee bit of support or a helping hand figuring out my path in life. After about 12 years of desperately wanting another dream like this one in the past, he visited again in December of 2022. I'd recently had another breakup, surprise, surprise, doomed to be a strong, independent cat lady for the rest of my days. He just said hi in my grandparents' kitchen and gave me the biggest, warmest hug and said, "You're fine." It was short and sweet, but when I woke up, I could genuinely feel where his arms had been around me, and I smelled his musky mix of grandpa aftershave, gardening, varnish, and paint from his garden shed, and cigars he secretly smoked in said shed, hiding away from Granny. It was a much-needed moment, filled me with so much hope that I'd recently lost a lot of, and totally set me up for the always challenging festive period. Which I assume is Christmas.
Yeah.
Everyone's like with family doing stuff for Christmas, and I can see it being a rough time.
It's kind of funny because sometimes we get folks that write in around that period too, and it's just like I have a really hard time dealing with my family during Christmas time or during the holidays because I don't get along with them. And then we also get folks that miss their family. And I think it's important to remember, like, if you're someone who, is combative with your family, that just because that they're your family doesn't mean you have to allow them into your life, and you can take time away and like not attend certain things if you don't need to. And I also think it's important if you've lost family to remember that sometimes they're a bag of dicks and you don't have to miss them because they would have made your life miserable had they been around.
Also, there's nothing wrong with being a cat lady. I know, like, I have had cats, multiple cats.
We have a cat right now.
We have a cat now. There's nothing wrong with loving animals and just having that be the family that you have around you.
Are awesome. Just saying, like, dogs and cats kick ass. So
also cats do put their butts on every surface, but what's wrong with that?
Yeah, you just have to deal with it. I've
been a busy little human for the I have been a busy little human for the past few months, so it took me a long while to write this all down. I have more stories and some really spooky supernatural stuff, so I'll definitely get around to sending more when I source some free time. I've told so many people to get on your podcast, thank you, as I love the safe space you and the Spooky Fam have created. Your podcast and hilarious chats have gotten me through a lot recently, and you should know your efforts do not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. I'm on episode 137, so still powering through and enjoying every minute. Thank you for being you. Keep on creeping on, Sarah and Dolly Cat. Oh, they're from Aberdeen, UK. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Can't wait to hear your spooky stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I know there are a lot of people that do have those dreams that just seem like it's these moments that are kind of meant to be in life. I have experienced a lot of deja vu where I dream things that are happening, and then months down the line it happens and I'm like, guys, we've done this before. Like, yeah,
I've definitely had that happen multiple times. It happened once at ShineCon actually, where I was just like, is this deja vu, or do we just go to so many cons?
It's very similar.
That it was like, this exact thing has played out because we're all basic bitches and we do the same stuff a lot. Also, a way to power through already on episode 137 as the time this was written, which I think was March, and they started at the end of 2022, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that, and thank you for the words of support. We appreciate it. We're glad that we're able to help in any way, shape, or form, because sometimes I'm just like, can't believe people listen to the show.
Yeah, I can't believe how many people listen to the show. I can't believe how many people have come to our live streams.
Right.
And kind of interact with us on different social medias. Like, you guys are amazing, and you make us want to keep going. Some days we're like, I really don't want to do this, but then we think like, you know, someone needs to have us for their laundry day, or someone, or someone, you know, needs this for their commute to work or something like that. And so we definitely try to keep going.
Indeed. And thank you for writing that story. It was very nice. I got a little bit misty myself reading it, because it's just sweet to think about people coming to visit you at the time you need, even if they're gone in your dreams.
Yeah.
And telling you exactly what they would have told you. And it's like, why isn't that real? It can be real. And it can be pivotal and life-changing. So
yeah, thank
you one more time for sending that in. All right.
Shout out to Carly. It's been forever, but they've subscribed for 17 months over on Twitch. So thank you so much.
I just like to point out I shouted them out when they did it, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you know it was Carly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Of course. All right, let's look over in stream chat, see what you folks had to say during that story. Larry says happy birthday to Adam from the Snark. Thank you so much.
Nem says nut yes. Happy birthday. What the frick? Okay. Aw, the Snark says Larry says happy birthday too.
I read that first.
Oh, sorry. I'm not listening to you. I'm just reading.
Normal day.
The Snark says if only 9 women could make a baby in 1 month, because it takes 1 woman to make a baby in 9 months.
Yep.
Elephants take 18 months.
It's a long gestation period.
Yeah, but those things are huge when they come out.
And fairies, when they're born, they mature in like 48 hours.
Bruh.
Which is crazy.
We still have 1 season left.
We have like 9 episodes of fucking True Blood. And man, is it a slog.
It is a slog.
Holy shit.
It's just taking us forever to get through True Blood. I feel so bad, but
I don't.
It's not good.
It's been off the air for a while, so I don't feel bad at all.
I just want Eric. That's all I want. And I have yet to see him pop up
in
again.
season 7.
Yeah.
Gail says, I have a Bigfoot nightlight. That's hilarious.
Adam has a tombstone nightlight.
The silhouette of the 4 guys walking to the OK Corral.
And he still hasn't plugged it in yet somewhere. It's sitting in the office here, and we are trying to figure out where we can put it.
Chunkster says to Captain Fake, so since it's second trimester, does that mean you're 4 months in? And Faye says, about 5.
Oh, that's like halfway, right?
Yeah,
I mean, just
you're
about.
Right about there.
Gail
says, yeah, Adam, style that hair. Thank you.
It looks good.
Eve says, it looks cool on camera. Make it work, said Project Runway. That's hilarious.
Did you know there were Project Runway games that you can play?
I did not.
I think there was one on Wii. You know, do you remember the Wii, the Nintendo Wii?
I talked about it today when I was texting Marcia.
Oh, really?
Because she asked me, like, what did Robin get for you? And I was just like, Dokapon Kingdom for Switch. I was like, it's this evil game from the Wii that used to torment me, her, and Charlie. And she's like, that sounds fun. I'm like, it is fun.
Xena Knight says, falling asleep to horror films is my comfort. Is it because you told her I didn't get you a gift for like Valentine's Day or something?
No, it's because I told her we're super broke.
Oh.
That's why. And someone also posted on every social media that they have that we've run into unforeseen financial circumstances or some shit.
We owe thousands. of dollars to the IRS. Okay.
Yep.
So we're like hella stressing right now.
Chunkster
Anyway.
says, I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis. I am told I sleep like a rock. The thing that sucks is if you sleep like a rock and you experience sleep paralysis, it is very hard to escape it because your body is very good at paralyzing you.
Glitch says, nah, dog. Bye, Ashley, about that pillow, the freaking demon pillow. Xena Knight says, tool.
Love me some tools. That's fucking funny.
Let's see. Captain Faye says, there's nothing wrong with being a strong, independent cat lady. Absolutely not. Animals are so great. Like, I don't see what would be wrong with just living with your pets.
There's nothing wrong with that. They also said, LOL, currently doing laundry now. That's funny. Trey says, hi, everyone. Still at work.
Hopefully you're done with work soon. Xena says, I play catch up when I travel long distances. Nice. Gay Elf says, I'm procrastinating.
That's cool, too.
The Snark says, I was looking forward to the stream as a reward for getting through work today. Nice. Congratulations.
Sorry that it went up kind of early. I know we're on like a weird timetable. It's because we have to drive back to Vegas this weekend. And
so
I don't want to spend like the better part of my birthday on the road. So
the Snark says, that's right, True Blood. Am Awesome says, I've just started watching True Blood again.
I'm a fucking fairy.
You gotta say it in the southern accent.
That was as southern as I can get. I told you, like, southern is the accent that I do the worst.
Really?
It sounds the worst coming out of my mouth.
Why?
I don't know why. My tongue just
Try
can't do it. No.
Why not?
You do it.
You make fun of me every time I do it.
I do all the other accents. When we used to take points from people to read stuff in silly voices.
Glitch says, don't you do it.
See, I'm a disgrace to doing a southern accent.
Oh my god. Carly says, sorry for the forever long absence. Still a regular listener, just less active socially lately.
Carly, you never have to apologize.
You don't have to apologize. I mean, you have a lot going on in your life too, so I don't think you
Discord wouldn't exist without you, and we will never forget it. So thank you so much.
Faye says, do it.
No.
Gay Elf says, I once slept through a tornado. I could not. There's no way.
Here's one thing though. Snark did teach me that if you can find a phrase that you can say in that accent, you just say it a few times to put yourself in it. Because I think we played D&D together.
Your phrase should be suck it, suck it.
No. I can't remember. His was really good too. He would say it, and he would be able to like get back into his accent pretty easily. So if I can think of something, then I'll toss.
Well, I know Steve is like the best at accents.
Yeah, my buddy Steve is awesome.
He's so
he gives
good.
accents to every character in our D&D games, and they're just so goddamn good.
Yeah, like anytime we play D&D, he's the best at having like a character. You know, his character is just like it.
He's the kind of person who understands like build something that you can build on. So if you ever play D&D and you build a backstory for your character, don't make it like a Bible. Don't make it like 20 pages like, here's my character's backstory. Like, make it general, because you don't want to feel like you have brand cuffs on, like you have to adhere to this thing before you even realize who that character is. Like, it's just not fun that way. Like, learn who your character is and then start building your backstory off of like the things that you like to do with that character.
Glitch says mine is pretty good. It should be. If it weren't, I'd be like, what?
Right.
Chunkster says, Nani, what's your phrase, Adam?
I don't have one. That's the problem. I need one. So like just thinking the word Southern or like any of those types of accents, like I can't think of a phrase or a sentence like how it's supposed to come out. I just can't. So you do one and maybe it'll help me get there.
Suck it.
No, you're not doing that.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's you've heard me go into like random Southern accents and you're like, why are you doing this?
It's just I always feel like some of my accents wind up sounding like different things entirely. So all right, Carly says, right to Glitch, since my last live stream viewing, I've become a homeowner and part-time-ish caretaker for my mom after she got diagnosed with cancer, but everything is looking up now. I've missed everyone and hope you are all doing well. We are.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Sorry you're going through so much, but I'm glad it's looking up.
Yeah, looking up.
Xena Knight says, bye, Felicia. Or, well, bless your heart. That's what Am Awesome
Bless her
said.
heart. Faye says, I just think of someone saying country fried steak in the Southern accent, lol. I'm pretty sure the snarks is food related. Like, I'm like 70 to 80% sure. Anyways, Glitch says, y'all, that
Narder was wild. What the freak is that?
I don't even know what Narder is.
Gail says,
bless your heart.
Try watching a bunch of random Southern memes and then repeat them.
So these are good suggestions for sure.
Okay, so
We'll pause right there. We'll move to the next one.
yes,
I
you
think
read
this
the
is the
next
one you
story
just
here.
read.
Yeah.
I will close that. And behind it lurks. It's not the same one, right? That still says Dream Chasing. Close. Let me check and make sure I didn't close
No, you're
too
good.
many. Okay, cool. Alrighty, Aphrodite, okie dokie, artichoke. Let's mark it and let's get into the third story. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move into the third story we have for this particular episode of Storytime of the Scaryish podcast. This one's subject is Storytime, Sleep Paralysis Demon. Feel free to read on the pod. That's how you do a subject, folks. Also, the time that these were written, we must have been talking about sleep paralysis and dreams because I think they all have to do with that. So
I think there is a cycle.
it's so
we go through
funny
a cycle.
when we get to that point where we can realize like what we were talking about around the time like end of February, beginning of March.
Yep.
So, okay. Here we go. It starts out like this. Hey again, spooky peeps.
Hello.
Hello again, friend of a friend. Or friend, whatever. Spooky friend.
Speak friend and enter.
I was so excited to hear my... You should get that tat. So, okay. Side note. Front, like, as I like to call front tramp stamps, if you want to be like the coolest nerd, get that tattooed on your fupa. Speak friend and enter. In Elvish. No, it's Dwarvish, right? It's in Dwarvish.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's just keep going. I was so excited to hear my previous spooky story read on the live show and decided to send in another story. I feel you staring at me right now. I hope you peeps enjoy.
Oh my god.
To preface this, I have had sleep paralysis before, where I sort of wake up from a dream and I get stuck in a half-lucid state where I'm aware of the room around me, but I can't move. But with these, I can just wiggle my toes and I'm always able to get out of the sleep paralysis pretty easily. These experiences are never scary, just a mild annoyance where I have to work a little harder to wake up. That's how sleep paralysis typically is for me as well. However, this particular sleep paralysis episode was so scary and so different compared to my past sleep paralysis experiences that I felt the need to send it in. One Friday night during the beginning of January 2023, I had gone to bed at
Why
around...
did you read it like that?
I don't know, it just felt natural.
It's like robotic. January 2023.
I had gone to bed around 11 p.m. with a YouTube video for background noise as I fell asleep. It was longer... It was a longer video at about 4 hours long, but I'm only mentioning this because the length of the video helps establish the timing of events. That makes sense. I was a little annoyed about being... Nope.
There are videos on YouTube that are 4 hours long.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like...
I listen to 10-hour loops of music sometimes where it's just like ambient background noise or something like that. My favorite video to send to people is an hour-long loop of Mr. Sandman.
The one that's like bump, bump,
where it
bump,
never
bump,
starts.
bump.
It's just the bum 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 on repeat for an hour. So it's like torturous because it never kicks off. Gonna get back to the story. Okay, this person's asleep. They went to bed at 11 p.m. I was then woken up at about 1 a.m. by loud stomping and door slamming coming from my downstairs neighbor. I knew it was around 1 a.m. because I had checked my phone to see the time, and I could also see that the YouTube video that I fell asleep to was still playing and had about an hour left. I was a little annoyed about being woken up, but just thought that they must have come back home drunk and don't realize how loud they're being. I then rolled onto my back and tried to fall back asleep. When I sleep on my back, that's when I have sleep paralysis.
Really?
Yep. Almost
You also
every
snore
single
like
time.
a beast.
It's because the airway is like not open. So,
Just punch it like...
or you just roll me over, or just wake me up and say, "Hey, roll over." As I was starting to fall asleep again, I felt a presence crawl onto my bed and then on top of me. Nice. It felt like a pair of arms were placed on either side of mine.
This poor story.
As if there was someone planking on top of me. I distinctly remember feeling the bed dipping from the weight, and I felt that presence lie down onto my chest. I swear I felt an actual weight settle on top of me.
That's like typical sleep paralysis experience where you have that a lot
Old
of people
hag
see an
syndrome.
the old hag syndrome where you wake up and you see an old woman just sitting on your chest. It's
Right.
just crazy.
I don't know how I knew, but I just instinctively knew that I was now paralyzed. I absolutely freaked out because my first thought was that someone had snuck into my apartment and was now lying on top of me. So I opened my eyes, fully expecting to see a person on top of me, but all I saw was the ceiling of my room. I tried to tilt my head to look down at my chest, but because I was paralyzed, that particular action was impossible. My heart was pounding and I was terrified because along with being unable to move, I was also unable to scream for help. It was completely silent in the room. I couldn't hear the video playing, I couldn't hear my downstairs neighbor, and I couldn't even hear my heart pounding. I then tried to break the paralysis by wiggling my toes like I usually do. I just had this creepy image of something just like grabbing your toes. Like you start wiggling it, and all of a sudden something's like, nope, no escape this time. The toe wiggling developed into foot wiggling, which then further progressed into full-on leg thrashing. But even with all of that, I couldn't move my upper body at all. I could still feel the weight on top of me. I just kept wiggling and thrashing, and eventually my eyes opened again. It felt as though I was waking from a dream, and even though my eyes had previously been open and staring at my ceiling, I was then able to sit up in bed and verify that I was actually awake and alone.
When I wake up from a scary experience, I do not open my eyes to verify if I'm alone.
I do. I do not want to lay there and wait for something to murder me just in case I manage to wake up in time to defend myself.
I do not want to wake up, open my eyes, and see something that I cannot unsee. Like demons, you know? I don't want to see it.
I've seen a lot of stuff that I can't unsee.
What I will do is I will wake up, realize I am now awake, roll over, blanket above my head, and I am going back to sleep.
The impenetrable shield that evil cannot get through, the blankets. So, needless to say, I didn't sleep well for the rest of the night, nor the rest of the week. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you for reading Trash Pandas 17.
Thank you so much for sharing your sleep paralysis experience with us.
It's terrifying. Yeah, it just makes me worried, too, because being very health conscious about, like, getting older, it's prevalent in my mind, and, like, having a lot of the anxiety that I've dealt with in my 30s be related to whether or not I'm healthy. And slowly but surely figuring out different ways to deal with it. I have like checklists in my head is the best way I can explain it. So when I start thinking like I might be having some sort of a panic attack, my normal fear that triggers it is like, am I dying? And that usually goes back to, am I having a heart attack? And no matter how many tests I can have run on me where they're like, you are incredibly healthy for a fat person and like you have a strong heart, I still like worry like, oh man, this is it. Like sometimes you just get like a pain in your chest, and for me that could trigger me sometimes where I'm just like, all right, bye to everyone, I hope my will's up to date. But the thing that freaks me out is sleep paralysis. You really feel a weight on your chest, and one of the symptoms of having a heart attack is it feels like there's an elephant sitting on your chest. So whenever I start to trigger in a panic attack where I'm like worried about, am I having a heart attack, I go through the checklist in my head, and it's just like severe nausea where you feel like you're going to throw up, or you have thrown up. You have a cold sweat where you're like cold to the touch and you're sweating, a massive headache like a migraine, and it feels like someone's sitting on your chest, like, and your arm is numb, and like you get pain in your arm, then your arm goes numb. Like those are things I think about where if one of those things happens, if the other ones aren't happening, I'm like, you're okay, move on, and I forget about it. If I were to wake up in sleep paralysis and feel the weight of something sitting on my chest, I probably wouldn't go to like supernatural sleep demon like trying to steal my breath away. I'd probably go like, heart attack.
Oh my
it's
God.
Finally happening. So two fears coinciding in one horrible experience that I sincerely hope doesn't happen anytime soon. Fingers crossed. But thank you for sending in your story and writing it so vividly that has now instilled a new fear in me. So good stuff.
New fear
unlocked. All right, let's check stream chat before we move on to our last one. And let's scroll that down. Okay.
Chunkster says Letterkenny is a good Canadian Southern accent. What?
That's good to know. I don't know what the accents are like within Canada. So that makes sense because they're going to be different based off the regions.
Ah. Glitch says Nader, a.k.a. Tornader.
Oh, got it. Never heard that before.
Never. Nope. Mm-mm.
Bless your heart.
The Snark says, I'm at the doctor's office, so I can't interact too much. Hopefully the doctor goes okay. Nothing scary is going on. Pink Penguin says, I remember my grandma used to say wash instead of wash.
My grandma's still... Yeah. Well, okay, my grandma doesn't speak anymore. But when she does, if she were to say the word wash, she would say it wash. And if we correct her, she'd go, oh, you mean wash? Because she just can't say it right. All right, gonna keep scrolling. Grail said, I need to grab dinner. Don't do anything funny while I'm gone. I promise nothing. All the things I do are funny. Oh, such a sleepy puppy.
Such a sleepy puppy.
She's so cute. Oh, my God.
Why are you so cute?
Faye said, okay, next tattoo idea. Got it. I'm sure that'll go really well when I present it to my husband. I mean, it's pretty nerdy, but it's also, like, perfectly slutty is the best way to put it. So, all right, gonna keep scrolling.
She's so sleepy.
She is. Snark says, I have glaucoma in my left eye, and I scratched my right cornea a couple weeks ago. It's been a rough month. That is rough. Captain Face says, Snark, I hope you don't need Ben. He sees so many blind people. Ben is her ophthalmologist life partner. Sorry, the dog yawned. Everything needed to stop so I could watch it. The Snark says, it was super uncomfortable and I kind of gave up on existence for a day or two. Gail says, if I have a scary dream and wake up, I fully expect a murderer to be mid-stab. I don't know how you keep your eyes closed, Robin. Yeah, I can't do it. I have to get up. I have to check and make sure everything's fine, or at least like open my eyes and look around. Oh, she's looking to get comfortable. Don't hold her like that too much because she's going to have to be in your arms for 4 hours for the drive home. So she might get fatigued from it. Xena Knight says, I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis, but I've woken up with one side of my body completely numb where I've slept on that side all night and not moved. I roll around a lot because of that. Pink Penguin says, panic attacks are so scary. They really are, man. They absolutely suck. You just straight up think like, am I dying? Like, is this what dying feels like? And that just, your anxiety and your fear of that just makes all your other symptoms get much, much worse. Sherry Sue says, been having a lot of panic attacks lately, trying to stay calm. I really like the checklist thing. It's really, really helped me where it's like, whatever my particular thought is, I don't know what my triggers are because sometimes nothing really triggers a panic attack for me. It just happens. But knowing what my fear is and being able to go through like, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? And it's actually very similar to the way I used to deal with my nightmares, where it's like, pinch yourself. Are you sleeping? Do the lights work? Are you sleeping? I think I'm sleeping. Like, scrunch your eyes really tightly together and then open them. Oh, look, I was sleeping and now I'm awake. It's very indicative of that. So, cutie dog. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Right. I'm Awesome says, had a panic attack picking my little one up from school today. That sucks. Especially having to hold it together around people and not let them know you're having one is really, really hard. Xena says, babe, why didn't you tell me? And I'm Awesome says, because it was stupid, LOL. Sometimes it's really hard to communicate when it happens and you know there's no trigger. And it's just like, because like you just don't want to tell people sometimes and it sucks, but yeah, I try and tell Robin if like I'm having symptoms or if like I did like go through something, so at least I can speak it out into existence and like let that go because it's helpful for me. Faye says, I'm like Robin, I hide under the blanket too. I'm pretty sure I'll die if there's a home invasion. Oh my god.
100.
Hope not.
I usually send Adam out with the dog.
Yeah, she always sends me out. She's like, hey, I heard something. I think it's a murderer. Go check it. And I'm like, I'm taking a dog with me. So, all right. Gonna mark it. We're gonna move on to the last story. And yeah. Take it away.
Okay. All right. This email's subject was Storytime content. Feel free to read on the pod if it fits the vibe. Don't know what the vibe is for this, but I'm sure it fits in. We'll see. It goes, hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Governor. What's all this then? A little bird with a knife.
If I were British, I'd fucking cut you. It's so bad.
See, it's a bird with a knife.
It's
she gets
just
it.
Bad. Anyway, I'm Nick, and it's been about 5 years since I last wrote into the pod with a story. I'm 26 now, and I previously wrote about some experience I'd had with pennies appearing out of thin air in front of me or falling on me, as well as a creepy story about me talking to a past relative as a small child, which was in episode 43, I think. I definitely do remember the pennies.
I do too.
I remember the pennies.
Because I remember hearing the pennies thing and thinking, like, could I snap a penny from far enough away where people thought it was just falling in front of them? That's one of my hidden talents. I can hold a penny between my middle finger and my thumb and snap it so fast you hear it whiz through the air.
No.
Oh, fuck yeah, I can.
I've never seen you do that.
I just because it fucks whatever it hits up badly. I used to do it in my friend's garage and they would stick in the drywall. My brother taught me how to do it and his go faster than mine. He hit me in the forehead and it was like rising, so when it hit me it flattened and I had like Abraham Lincoln on my forehead for like a few hours. I'll show you after this. It's very amazing.
Today I wanted to talk about some very interesting dreams I've had lately. I'd been waiting for the story to resolve with some more dreams, but I haven't had any lately that complete the story or provide any clarity. I'm not sure if dreams fall under the category of Scaryish content, which is funny because
it fits the vibes.
Yeah, it fits the vibes. But these certainly might. I take anti-anxiety meds, and they do this fun magical thing where they take all the anxiety that I would experience during the day, and they cram it right into my dreams. That being said, it makes for some pretty fun stories. Okay, so here goes nothing.
So hang on. I heard a comedian state that she has night terrors, and they're really, really bad, and she's had people like complain to her about how hard it is to sleep next to her while she has night terror. She's like, imagine being the person having the night terror because she wakes up screaming. And she's like, it's okay. I'm on medication for it now. and it means I just get to stay in the nightmare and fucking deal with it. She's like, oh, it turns out he stabbed me. So I was like, that sounds familiar. I remember those days.
The first of the 2 dreams that I'm going to share happened about a year ago. It started in my grandfather's house in Omaha, Nebraska, in his living room. He lives in an old neighborhood, and it's right in the middle of a suburb. In this dream, I was standing in his living room, and it was completely dark, and I was alone. I walked to the windows and pushed the old drapes aside and looked out into pitch black darkness. Suddenly, I was able to make out some shapes in the dark as lightning struck around me. What I was able to see was a completely desolate wasteland. Wasteland? Wasteland.
Why is that word so weird right now?
Know.
Just act like you're describing Fallout. Any of them.
It's all the same.
It's always a desolate wasteland.
Wasteland. All the houses and buildings that I had expected to see were replaced with rubble, and the lightning illuminated dozens, if not hundreds, of tornadoes stretching as far into the horizon as I could see. What's funny is I've definitely had dreams where it was my old family house in Hawaii, and we're just chilling, and outside the big windows that we have at the back of the house is just tornadoes.
Yeah, I've definitely had the tornadoes
coming.
dream also.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think
Why
it's
is that a
probably like
thing?
weather-related things that you know are scary, you know? Maybe for people that are in places that are more likely to get hit by a hurricane, they have hurricane dreams instead. I'd be really curious to hear about that.
In my tornado dreams, we're all trying to pack up stuff to go, you know? And I'm just like, I need my Xbox, I need my PlayStation, I need like all this stuff.
That's so funny because in my
like,
dreams, I'm always like, where are my pets? I need to protect my pets. And trying to figure out how to carry 2 dogs and a cat.
My pets aren't in the dreams. It's like...
Must be fucking nice. You're just worrying about your fucking things, your Xbox and shit.
Anyway, I started to notice massive fires burning here and there among the rubble, and I could only pinpoint the feeling of being completely alone in the world. I began to explore and look for people and found myself on an airboat passing by burning cities on my left and right. I was with a friend, but I can't remember who or how I found them. We were being chased by another group in an airboat and were being shot at.
Sounds pretty fucking
Eventually,
sweet. It sounds like a trailer for a movie.
Eventually, we evaded them and woke up right after looking down and realizing that we weren't boating on water, but over the heads of billions of people crowded together, marching in the opposite direction the boat was headed.
So this is like Geostorm 2 with Gerard Butler. That last part is fucking fascinating.
In Geostorm?
No.
Oh, in the dream. Okay.
The last part of the dream where you're on the boat going in the opposite direction of the people that are marching the wrong way. That's something where if like it needs to be psychoanalyzed to understand exactly what's happening there because it's fascinating.
The second dream I had was truly a dream come true. I love archaeology and myths, and this one was truly great, except for very ominous undertones. Some friends and I were eavesdropping on a conversation between what appeared to be cardinals in the Catholic Church. They were very clearly and openly.
Holy shit. Hang on, let me do what you did earlier. This is how I would read that sentence. They were
No!
very clearly and openly speaking about the Ark of the Covenant.
Wrongly. It's just
Wrongly?
fuck you.
Words.
Badly. Incorrectly. They were very clearly and openly speaking about the Ark of the Covenant. One had very clearly put a key into his pocket, which my friend and I promptly stole and found our way to a storage locker. This sounds like Indiana Jones. It's going to be great. We could tell that we were being followed almost immediately, and we ended up having a brawl with some sort of Ark of the Covenant Secret Service type people. They lost the fight somehow, and a very disgruntled Secret Service guy that I had in a chokehold said, "Go ahead, it doesn't fucking change anything."
Well, your dreams are fucking movies.
He left the building hundreds of years ago. Go ahead, open the locker.
Raiders of the Lost Ark 2.
This sounds like Indiana Jones vibes. This was obviously very fucking scary to hear, but I carefully approached the storage unit and could clearly read the number of the unit, 307A. There was only one lock, and I opened the door to find a slim room full of documents, scrolls, and in the middle of the room there was a large, cooler-like crate with a white body and blue lid. I removed the lid to find the Ark of the Covenant haphazardly left there with no packing materials at all, because that's the thing that bothers you. No packaging materials.
Where the fuck are the packaging peanuts on this sacred artifact?
Right? In Indiana Jones, at least they stuff like, you know, the I don't know what material it is, but there's always like the stringy shit they put in archaeological boxes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Fuck you.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'll watch it again.
Anyway, I remember the words of the guard, and I decided I wanted to test the theory. I could tell that it was most certainly the Ark and decided to remove the lid, expecting an Indiana Jones ass situation. Indiana Jones ass? Okay. I braced for having my face getting melted off. However, nothing happened. I looked inside to find the 10 Commandments and no wrath of God. It was an incredibly sinking feeling to understand all at once that the Catholic Church knew what had become of the religion and still persisted for the people. Naturally, I stole it. I brought it all to my friends and family to show them, but felt extremely paranoid the whole time.
Yeah.
The dream ended with me putting it back in the locker and keeping the secret to myself about what had become of God. So because he didn't get his face melted off, it was that when that guy was like, God has left the building, the God doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
That's freaking
very
crazy.
supernatural-ish.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There's a bunch of things. It's basically a trope now, like God has abandoned heaven or abandoned earth or whatever.
Anyways, that's all I got. If you all enjoyed these, I'll write back in if I have any more bizarre apocalyptic dreams or dreams about missing artifacts. Until then, keep on creeping on. Can I still say that it is is it trademark? Can I still say that? Is it trademarked? We have trademarked it.
We have trademarked it, but you can say it. As long as other people with their YouTube channels aren't trying to steal our catchphrase, no one really needs to worry. We're not going to try and enforce anything.
Yeah. Much love for you both, Nick. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think that last stream was very fun. I would love to have some Indiana Jones type
I never have fun dreams, man. I always have nightmares, just from varying degrees. When I have dreams that are similar to this, it's usually like an adventure style thing, but there's always something after me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not just that I'm on an adventure to find like some sort of missing artifact. It's like there's a creature or an evil, or like I've had Venom chasing me. I've had Thanos chasing me. And not in like fun ways. In like they're going to fucking murder me ways.
Oh my God.
Where you have to actually contemplate what that being would be like to meet in real life, especially if he's trying to kill you. And yeah, it's just not nearly as fun as these two dreams were that are very, very Hollywood script-ish.
Nice.
So fun stuff. It was a very dream-heavy episode for sure.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Fit the vibes. Good job. Good job, Nick.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick, for sharing that with us.
And that is the last story of the show. For those of you who are new to the stream and have never been here, you might not know that the way that we end each stream, since like episode
the dawn
40,
of time. No.
We didn't do this initially, but we started doing it pretty quickly, is we do a little game. So because sometimes like the stories are really scary or really like heartfelt or really fucking sad, and we don't want to leave on that kind of a note. So what we do is we play a game where if you're on Twitch, you can interact with the game. And then if you wind up becoming victorious, you get a sticker for free that Robin ships out to you, which is just like, you know, a basic Scaryish sticker. So that's what we're going to do. The game is called Marbles on Stream. Some of you might have heard of it if you're, you know, familiar with the streaming communities, because a lot of folks were using this a long fucking time ago. It's not original or new. It's not like we broke ground when we did it, but it is fun, and it's something that everyone can participate in as long as you're on Twitch. I will say, of the things I didn't prep for, I didn't check to see if Marbles on Stream needed an update.
Nice.
Which it does. So we're going to check that, and we're just going to hang out with y'all until it is ready to go.
All right. Xena Knight says, I got a sword on my wall by my bed, so I'll be okay in the case of an invasion. I want Glamdring.
Oh, that's whose sword?
That's the one that Gandalf has. I put it. Did I put it in my shopping cart? I think I did. And Adam's like, "Are you serious? This is what you want for like?" It was like an anniversary or something. And I was like, "Yes, this is what I want." But that would be cool to put, you know, at the head of the bed or something in case.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong having a sword right above your bed.
let's see. They also said that they're British, and so your British wasn't that bad.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Faye says, I'll flash my new speak friend and enter tattoo to protect myself. Am Awesome says, I keep a tire iron at my side of the bed. Nice. Glitch says 5 years. That's crazy how long we've been doing this show.
Fuck, it's almost 6 years now.
The Snark says Hawkeye penny snap.
Oh yeah, my brother. I can snap him faster at this point, I think, than my brother could. But he was always very accurate. We used to literally set up cans in our house and be like, and it was so much fun.
Glitch says naders.
Narders is what Glitch said.
It's because tornadoes.
I know.
Narders,
I know.
Narders. Glitch says you need to be writing this down and making some movies. Gay Elf says, I know this dude was here hundreds of years ago, but where the fuck are the packing peanuts? The museum will not be happy. Yeah, dude, like, I'm so used to seeing... you've never watched... Well, no, you've watched Buffy. So, the first episode has her mom, like cracking
hay
open the...
shit?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's hay. It's something else.
Barley.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, Chunkster says they've never seen Indiana Jones.
1 is good, 2 is okay, 3 is amazing, and 4 is not good.
Xenonite says can't wait to watch the new Jones film. I'm excited to see it too.
He's just gotten so old, I'm really concerned about whether or not he can play Indiana Jones well anymore. But he's also going to be playing General Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU movies. He's going to be the bad guy, I think, in the new Captain America movie called New World Order, where it has the new Captain America as the main character, which is like great. William Hurt was a really good General Thunderbolt Ross for all the films up until then, but he unfortunately passed away. And Harrison Ford is going to make a great one because it's just supposed to be a grumpy old man. And I just don't know if he's going to be able to like do any of the motion capture. That'll probably be someone else when he turns into Red Hulk. Because spoiler alert, Thunderbolt Ross is Red Hulk. So
yeah, okay. Gay Elf says, never did I think my first scary stream I would watch a couple planned dates in the chat. Is this a normal thing? I think it is. Chunkster says they've also never watched Lord of the Rings, bruh. Oh my god, you need to watch it. You have to watch it. It's so good. Okay. Chunkster says, I kind of know the gist of it, but did not properly watch it. You should. They're very good. Carly says, this has been the best kind of nostalgic little catch-up. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Latreia says, isn't Adam's birthday today? Happy birthday. It is his birthday.
thank you.
Gail says, they started listening to us in middle school. You were listening to us in middle school? They're a junior now.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Fucking.
We're going to still be doing the show when you go to college. Oh man.
Or whatever you do, enter a trade or just enter
a trade.
The workforce
Yeah, you don't have to go to college.
Do whatever the
I
fuck
mean,
you want.
whatever you want. What makes you happy? Sorry,
I'm getting our chat window adjusted for Marvel.
Captain Finger says, "Oh wow, I feel old." Oh my god.
That's not just me on my beautiful 38th birthday. Click. All right, I think we're ready for marbles. Let's go ahead and move over to the marbles. Let's hope this works. I have a feeling my camera's not going to work since I had to redo all the camera stuff. But if Robin's on there, that's good enough, right? We got to get marbles working, though, first. And then I'm going to need to move your stuff out of the way.
My drink?
Your drink and your phone and your mouse in order to get the keyboard over here so I can control it. Ba-doop, ba-doop.
What keyboard do you use?
This one right here.
Oh.
That's been on the desk. Alright, so I was correct in knowing that Robin's camera would kind of work and then mine absolutely would not, so that's unfortunate. So let's just go ahead and get the voting going and I'll fix that. So type exclamation point vote, then a space.
Thank you for joining us, Sherry Sue.
Exclamation point vote, then you could just wait for me to finish the fucking thing you know is like 3 words longer.
Have a good time at physical therapy.
Thanks, Sherry Sue. Yeah, exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that goes with the track you would like to erase. Alright, and now I'll work on the thing. You could have done that, and bam, well, I did that, but
bam. Hold on, I'm logging into my Twitch right now. Because anybody who has a Twitch, please come and join us over on Twitch. We're about to play marbles, and it's just an opportunity for you guys to
and of course, instead of moving my face, it moves the entire fucking game. Thanks, Streamlabs. Gosh. It's like it's still on beta. It's so frustrating.
Anyway, Pink Penguin says, I'm dancing to the music. Faye says, I never thought marbles had music. We don't ever listen to it, so if it has music, I wouldn't know. Yeah, you just dropped me right there. That's good. Oh no.
It is weird because it's like not mirrored properly.
Doesn't matter.
So I'm just gonna flip you
off.
And I'm going to have to flip you back on the other screen.
Oh, also,
That
if you
didn't do
folks want
anything.
to try saving your points, your little ghosties from the stream, what do we call them? Spirits?
I don't know. You named them. I want them to be called like
Um,
spirits. I think you switched them to like good ghosties or something like that.
No, I don't remember what they're called. But I am going to design a Twitch pin, like a streaming pin. So if you get to like 100,000 or something points, then you can get
That's
this pin.
intense. We should
Yeah.
probably figure out the amounts together because
Yeah.
people that bet on our contest sometimes have definitely accrued quite a bit if they've been careful.
Yeah. Oh, they are called good ghosties. Thanks.
It's almost like I know these things. All right, so far, The Laboratory is our number one track. Looks like it's already got
42.
3 votes. Let's go ahead and go with this one. We're going to do 2 races, and I'll explain to you guys how to enter the race when the time comes. The Laboratory, on average, takes 2 minutes and 17 seconds to complete, and the world record holder is Fokumi, who recorded their time in 1 minute and 28 seconds. For us, locally, for the Spooky Friends, 2 minutes and 20 seconds is our average time, so we're a little bit slower. But Latreia took 1 minute 39 seconds to beat this, which means she was really close to the world record. So let's jump into this and see if anyone can set that new record, and if not, see what we can do to set a new Scaryish record.
Chunkster says, you had my interest, but now you got my undivided attention.
Nice.
Yeah. there's-
Exclamation point play. If you type an exclamation point play into the chat, your marble will appear on the stream. And we're going to give a 2-minute countdown starting now.
Yeah. So an artist that I watch on Twitch does that. He has an exclusive pin for people that if they've accrued enough, you get a pin. It's like you get a code and you put it into his website and he gives you that pin. Ours will probably be a little less fancy. It'll be like if you redeem it, then you contact us and give us your information, and we'll
That
do
makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna design one. Hopefully, try and make it cute. But I'm working on it.
All right, looks like we got about 17 people currently watching over there on Twitch. We only got 11 marbles right now in the competition, so
Wow, you guys, come on!
don't forget to type in exclamation point play for a chance to
Gail
win.
says, "Can someone explain marbles? Can you explain marbles?"
It basically, now that you've done exclamation point play, which did work because we see your name over here, there's a tiny little marble that's going to be held in stasis for another minute. When that timer expires, the race starts. All that happens is that someone has gone into this program and built a track out, and then these marbles are all dropped at the same time, and then the physics engine of the game takes over, and it's just the marbles racing down the track from gravity pulling them.
And then someone wins.
And then whoever gets to the finish line first wins. There's obstacles that could knock you off the track. Sometimes there's weird stuff where it's like your marble has to cross over like an invisible plane and everyone goes the same speed.
Yeah, but we have 30 seconds. Everyone type in exclamation point play, all one thing. There's no spaces or anything. Exclamation point play to get a marble in so that we can get more marbles and you guys have a chance to win a Scaryish sticker of your choice from my online shop.
Indeed. All right, 10 seconds to go, and I will be controlling the camera so that we can all watch what happens, because this thing just plays out on its own,
Yeah,
so there's nothing you need to do to control it.
If Glitch could type in exclamation point merch, or someone type in exclamation
Once the
exclamation point
victory is
merch.
complete, then you'll be able to follow a link to find your stuff. It is not letting me control the camera. What is
Yeah,
happening? There
I
we go.
typed it in.
Well, looks like to start off...
Aw, Xena Knight says, my wife is going to bed. Have a good night.
Good night. All right, to start off, it looks like first place is Gay Elves. And it looks like there's a lot of people still in like that Plinko board. Some people just fell like all the way to the side and have made it to
Dang.
the bottom already. I'm right there too. 911 Girl is right there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Latreia's right there. Everyone's going to this particular hole to try and start moving down the rest of the track. Now that Gales has made it through, looks like there's an elevator situation, some obstacles that look like pendulums, that little swirly wheel, and then you got to make it down this long ramp without falling off. You get shot into a lottery ball, another funnel, some fan blades, a fan blade, and then finally we're going to finish up. Let's go and see who's in first place. Gales is still in first place.
What is this ball?
I'm guessing that is the
Ghost ball?
yeah, the ghost ball that shows you the record-setting pace, but for some reason the name's not appearing. Gales and Latreia are neck and neck. Me and 911 Girl battling it out for third place currently. And all right, we've entered the lottery ball, which sometimes can be really hard to get through because you have to like get lined up with that circle right in the middle. And this is where people can catch up. The ghost ball is obviously way ahead. It looks like I'm going to be taking the lead here. Never mind. 911 Girl and Latreia jumped out in front of me. Gales is now in 4th.
Oh my god, it launched.
Glitch and Xena just launched in. Captain Fake Eye said, if I can't win, I don't want to play.
What the heck?
And we're all trying to get through this hole here, and we'll see who the first person is that comes out. And that's what we're looking at. Latreia, 911 Girl, myself. And they're just moving into the fan blade to get knocked around. Gales somehow navigated through that, but 911 Girl is currently in the lead, but somehow got knocked off at the edge. That stinks for 911 Girl, but for Gales, that's pretty good news. They just have to make it past one more fan blade. And they'll take home a victory. Latreia and myself are trying to overtake them. Wow. First race, first victory. Congratulations, Gay Elves. All right. So, I believe Glitch did post the merchandise link to the Etsy store for Robin's. It's called Robin's Kawaii Corner. If you click that, you go in there, just find a sticker that is Scaryish themed, and then reach out to us on our social medias and just say, hey, this is the sticker I would like, and here's where you can send it, or email us. That works too. I'm glad your ball fell off. All right, Robin finished 9th in the death race. Glitch just fell off. Xena's the last one, just hanging out with that fan blade. There is a fiery wave of death that you can see back there that overtakes the track, where if you haven't finished, it will approach and burn you up.
It's probably easiest if you email us, storytime@scaryish.com. That way we have record of it.
Cool.
And I won't forget.
Xena Knight's like, I just like hanging out with this fan blade. You can see that fiery wave approaching. Slowly approaching. All right, Xena, I think, finally got serious about this, and they're going to go ahead and finish this out. Here we go. All right, Xena's going to come in 7th.
The textures are pretty impressive. Like the wood texture looks cool.
Yeah. And apparently you can just download this program and build your own tracks and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
All right.
Final results. Gales took home the victory and 36 points on the season. The season's last an undetermined amount of time. Latreia gets 29. I took 22. So pretty fun stuff. We're going to do one more race before we call it a stream. So let's get back to the voting menu and we can pick a track. And yeah, wrap this thing on up. But first and foremost, let democracy reign. Pick your track. I'm voting for 38 because I'm 38 years old today.
I picked whatever. I don't even know if there's 51 maps. I just chose a number. Choose a number, any number. My brain.
Choose a number for your brain?
Yeah.
Oh, well, CJ texted me. He said, I hope this is still your number. If so, happy birthday, Evan.
You should ask him how he's doing.
I will. I'll text him right after this. That way I don't have to text him while we're in the middle of this other stuff, you know?
Mountain Pass is the track.
Oh, it's number 38.
Yep.
So that's fun. Fun times. Probably because I voted for 38 because I'm old as fuck. So everyone was like, let's vote for that too. All right. It looks like everything else has one.
Yeah, I can tell based on these voted numbers.
It like does not let me scroll the right way. It's so weird. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll to the bottom.
Oh wow, there's a lot of maps right there. 38. Where are you going?
All right, so let's just race Mountain Pass. On average, it takes 3 minutes and 33 seconds to finish. Record time, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Locally, we've never raced it, so that's exciting. New stuff.
That is exciting.
All right, it's also gotten kind of dark in here. So
yeah, the sun is slowly going down, guys. So.
All right, hit T during a race to toggle something. We're gonna hit T during this race to toggle. All right, exclamation point play to get your marble, and yes, you can win twice. So don't worry about that.
All right, exclamation point play, everyone. Exclamation point play. We had 11 marbles this last race. I expect more.
At least 11 this time.
I need 11
we need
plus.
That at least +1.
Oh man, you know, it's supposed to be the summer, but it's still not hot yet.
It's not supposed to be the summer. You keep saying this.
I know,
I keep telling you
like,
June 20th is
May
summer.
should be hot.
May is spring.
May is hot in Vegas.
Yeah, because it's fucking Vegas. And also, it's kind of hot in Vegas. Not even that hot in Vegas yet.
Whoop whoop, the Snark has joined. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It rained last week.
I mean, it should rain.
Xena Knight says
here.
It's been raining all day for me. Where are you guys?
All right, we got 12 marbles.
Since you said they're going to bed, it's 4 p.m. here. UK. Okay.
I think they're the one that said that my accent was passable.
That's right. It was passable.
This track looks interesting. It looks like it's stone and snow and some metal. So that's fun. It's like Winterfell. Kind of. Except it's on top of a mountain.
It's midnight in the UK.
Oh,
wow. That's like...
I wonder if this
Thank you
work.
for being with us at
I'm
midnight.
going to try a button on my Steam Deck I've never tried before.
Okay.
Hang on.
What did it do?
Can you still hear us? Oh shit, I can totally control the volume. I can't press to mute, but I can just... Cool. I'm just wondering because I kind of needed a cough. It has faded now.
Oh, okay.
So I was wondering if I had a mute button over here on a different screen or if I could do it a different way. But all right.
Carly said they were able to get into their swimming pool for the first time in Georgia. Nice.
8 seconds.
Gail says the only competitive sport I'm interested in.
That's funny. All right, let's check out the track.
It's nice that I don't have to do anything to compete. It just goes.
A lot of winding paths, not a whole lot of obstacles to knock you off.
You could say it's a long and winding road.
There are some blocks there, though. Looks like there's some granite blocks that are falling from the mountain that will be hard to get around, but nothing to knock us off, it would appear. Faye is like the last person out of the gate, which is weird. Looks like there was an elevator that's dropping everyone in this Plinko machine. Glitch is at the very bottom already.
How did that happen so fast?
Carly is right behind Glitch. I like your icon, Glitch. That's pretty cool.
I think it's his furry. His fursona.
Fursona. All right. So, okay, the blocks do explode. They're not just going to block everyone from getting through, although Carly did take the lead. Glitch is taking it back now.
Chunkster says there's a Renaissance fair that starts this weekend,
I
so
hate that
June
you
11th,
say it like Ted Mosby.
near where I live. So excited to go at some point.
Carly and Glitch are just fighting this shit out neck and neck with Xena Knight pushing fourth and third, and Gales is in fourth, trying to take home that elusive double victory that only several people have ever captured.
I really want to see snow. It's been years.
Has it been years?
Yeah.
I don't really miss snow all that much. That's a really hard turn to take right there. So if you can go through that cleanly, you can definitely advance on the rankings. These big these big snowbanks are definitely slowing down the action. I like tracks that make you go fast. I don't like tracks that force you to slow down. I think it's boring. Some obstacles that folks are gonna have to get through. Glitch cleared the way for Carly, and now this program has no idea who's in first place because it doesn't register things based off of height. It only registers things based off of distance.
I'm a winner.
Somehow Robin has taken over. Carly and Xena Knight are in second and third.
Gail says
oh my god.
Snow sucks. You'll enjoy it for like 2 seconds.
I like visiting snow. I don't like living in snow.
Yeah, I don't like living in it. When we lived in Vegas, we would go to Mount Charleston when it snowed.
So it looks like some fucking rocks came down and stopped 4 different marbles, and right now it means that Robin's getting very far ahead.
Oh, the
Snark somehow skipped ahead. We missed that. That sucks. Xena is in third. I'm in fourth. And Gail is in fifth. And my one girl's in sixth.
Winning.
And we've been slowed down.
Oh, look at
that is adorable. This is going to be difficult to get through if you get caught up in the middle like the Snark has, because there's a lot of different things that are going to snatch you and spin you around. But Snark got through it. Xena's going to jump in there. Robin is still in second place. Let's follow the Snark. The thing that sucks about being in first place is that you're the first person to run into the rocks, and they just fucking sit there, man. Like,
everyone's
here comes Xena.
Gonna catch up. Oh, snap.
Xena also gets stuck. This is going to give Robin time to get through. Faye is somehow on the board still.
Glitch is like, I had this.
Carly somehow found a way to fall off. Here comes Robin.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Wow, this is the worst way to end a race. Like, what a big wet fart of an ending. Like, it's a fucking stop sign where you just can't go through. Okay, now they're starting to fade.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. Here comes Gail's trying to get that second victory. Chunkster and myself.
No, there it is.
Wow, Gail's jumped right through that.
What?
Also, if Robin or I win, we don't take a prize, obviously, because we're not giving a prize to ourselves. Gay Elves is going to wind up taking home. Oh, no, the fucking bar stopped you. Okay. Gay Elves gets the double victory on your first stream ever. Can't believe it. That is madness. All right. And here comes everyone else trickling in. Pink Penguin taking last place.
Well, that was like the end. Was like
Chaos goes, oh my god. That's hilarious. All right. And Gales jumps up to 59 points on the season.
Beginner's
That's pretty
luck.
damn good. I go up to 19, or I go up to, to 30, 41? I don't know. I'm not mathing right now. 41 seems like 41 points. Naiwonga gets the first points of the season, goes up to 14. Chunkster's at 10. Latrea's sitting at 29. And only 2 wins so far, going to 1 person. Congratulations, Gail. So that means 2 Scaryish stickers off of that same shop. So please let us know what you'd like to be. And somehow Carly is the only person who found their way to shuffle off the mortal coil. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
What is that from?
Star Wars.
Which one?
It's when he finds out that Darth Vader's his dad.
Is that what he says?
And he says, it's not possible.
No, that's not true.
Is that it?
I'm pretty sure. We'll have to rewatch it, though. He says a lot of shit when he's just ranting and raving. So, gonna switch us back to the normal view. It might have our... I don't know why it's doing that sound thing when I switch over to that. So, but yeah, our cameras are still correct, which is nice. But you can see how dark it's gotten. So the sun doesn't go down until around 7:30. So it's definitely cloud cover coming in. So maybe a storm that we're gonna have to drive through.
Oof.
That would suck. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the marbles. So Gail, don't forget to let us know what 2 stickers you want. Send us that request, and we will honor that. Send it your way. And yeah, that's going to be a wrap on the birthday stream tonight.
Yeah, thank you everybody who joined us for this Storytime stream. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Xena Knights, for joining us all the way from the UK. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you folks have any stories that you want to share with us, please send it to us. Adam always does this part.
I mean, I'm going to do the part again because you're addressing the chat, and we don't do that for the live the episode.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I'll do it again then. So you're going to get 2 shout-outs.
Okay.
I know, Xena Knight, you're only going to get the 1 shout-out, but we gave you an extra shout-out. Thank you also so much for letting us know there's no sound. All right, here we go. I'm doing the official outro. I'm going to check and make sure there are no redemptions that we missed, because we're not going to do any redemptions past this point. Okay, cool. So marking it, and we're doing the outro so y'all can get back to your beautiful Thursday evening. All right, so that's everything we got for this particular episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast. If you have a story you would like to share with us, we would love to hear it. So email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, click on Contact Us, fill out that form. It comes directly to us, or hit us up on our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/scariyishpodcast, Twitter is @scariyishpod, and Instagram is @scariyishpodcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/scariyishpodcast. Those are monthly donations with tiers starting at $1. We have Badge of Honor tier, which is like our little tiny mini merch tier with like stickers and stuff like that. And then we do have tiers that go up from there. And if you're not into the monthly subscription type thing, you can also go to coffee, ko-fi.com/scaryish podcast. And those are one-time donations. And all your donations go to helping us keep the show going.
Indeed. It helps out immensely, but we appreciate all the support that we get, not just financially. You folks are amazing. Thank you so much for listening to our show and letting us know that you appreciate what we do. It means the world to us. And it's everything we got. So, Robin, why don't you go ahead and sign us out?
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.